Welcome to this quick video demonstration of the Concussion Tracker app from Complete Concussions. This application allows any coach, parent volunteer, or athletic trainer to run free and unlimited baseline concussion testing, as well as sideline injury assessments using a comprehensive battery of the best concussion tests available. If you want more information or want to explore adding this tool to your school, sports organization, or concussion clinic, we have included a QR code at the end of this video so that you can scan it to get more information. This video is showing a sideline injury assessment using this tool. Baseline testing can be done remotely by all students and athletes on their own app. The user level we're showing here is the team leader account, which is the level used by coaches, teachers, and athletic trainers to analyze injury status, create team rosters, and communicate with students, athletes, and medical professionals. You'll see in this first view that we have a team roster for our team, the North Carolina Crows. To run an injury screen, simply click on the athlete's name and then press Report Injury. Then you'll be asked to confirm whether you want to run a concussion screen. You'll then be presented with two options. The first option is for non-medical personnel, and the second option is for healthcare professionals like doctors, athletic trainers, or team physical therapists, etc. This allows you to do a few more tests than the non-medical version. It also allows you to make a decision at the end, which could be confirming the concussion and removing the individual from activity, or you could determine based on the results that they are able to return to activity. For the purposes of this video, we are showing option 2, the non-medical concussion report. The first part of the screen is looking for any red flags like loss of consciousness, spinal tenderness, or vomiting. If any of these are answered yes, then a warning will come up indicating that the assessment should be stopped and this person should be taken to the nearest hospital emergency department. If no red flags are present, then you can continue with the assessment. The next section of the screen is basic injury information, like how was the individual injured, where were they hit, whether the incident was related to a sporting event or did it happen at school. There are tons of sports to choose from, which allows for great data collection and furthering our understanding of concussions in various sports. Now it's concussion assessment time. First up is a simple symptom severity scoring tool where the injured individual is asked to rate various symptoms on a scale from 0 to 6 in terms of how bad they are. Every test in this assessment will also be automatically compared to the individual's baseline test, if they have one, of course. Next up is the neurocognitive portion of the screen. The test that we use in the Concussion Tracker app was developed for the US military for use on the battlefield and has been shown to be the most sensitive test for detecting concussion injuries and also shown to be one of the only computerized neurocognitive tests that can pick up dysfunction beyond symptom resolution. At this stage of the test, the examiner passes their phone to the individual to complete the test. The first test is Simple Reaction Time 1. This test assesses basic response time. A target appears and the individual simply taps on the target as fast as they can. Stimulus, response. Stimulus, response. The next test is procedural reaction time, where the individual has to make a choice between tapping the button on the left or the right. If the number 2 or a 3 appears on the screen, the test taker has to tap the button on the left. If a 4 or a 5 appear, they tap the button on the right. So this test assesses their ability to quickly analyze and use their executive function to make the correct decision in the shortest amount of time. The next test is a go-no-go test, which assesses for impulsivity. The go-no-go test is one of the best tests for concussion detection as impulse control is frequently impaired after concussion injuries. There are two different colors of alien. The gray alien is an enemy, so we want to shoot it. A green alien is a friend, so we don't want to shoot it. A brick wall with 6 windows appears on the screen, and the different color aliens will appear in the window, and the test taker must make a split-second decision whether to shoot or hold. The final test is Simple Reaction Time, number 2. This test is done twice because the two values are compared between the first Simple Reaction Time test and the second to see if the individual is experiencing cognitive fatigue during the test, which is another sign of concussion. In a non-concussed individual, these two tests would yield very similar to equal results. However, in a concussed state, the reaction time on the second SRT test is typically slower than the first round. You'll then be presented with the results of the test. This allows you to stop the test at any time and skip any test that you don't wish to complete. So you can make the screen as comprehensive or as short as you like. The next test is postural sway using the EQ Balance app, which shows similar balance results as a high-powered force plate, which means you get much more accurate results compared to something like the balance error scoring system. This test starts with making sure the audio is turned on and confirming that the person is wearing the correct footwear and they have a clear environment for testing. This test includes 5 different stance positions, each held for 10 seconds with the phone held tightly across their chest and their eyes closed. Prior to each test, the individual will see the instructions. When they are ready, they press the Start Countdown button, and there will be a 3-second countdown and a ding to indicate that the test is started. During the test, there is an audible sound playing to indicate that the test is ongoing, and a loud ding at the end to tell you when it's over. The 5 stance positions are 2-foot stance with the feet together, tandem stance with the right foot in front, tandem stance with the left foot in front, single leg stance on the right foot, and single leg stance on the left foot. After the last stance position is completed, a final score will be presented as well as a breakdown of each of the individual scores for each stance. If you're completing the healthcare professional version of the screen, you'll be able to continue with some word memory testing and some other tests. In this version, the injury report is presented immediately after the balance test. Also, if you're a healthcare professional, you can choose at this point whether you'd like to confirm a concussion injury and remove the individual from activity, or send them back into play. If a concussion is reported, the individual will automatically turn red on every roster and class list that they are associated with, so that all coaches and teachers affiliated with the student or athlete are immediately notified. An email will also be sent to the individual or their parents, depending on their age, to notify them as well as to tell them what to watch for overnight and some instructions on when to seek care. And finally, if there's an affiliated clinic or healthcare professional, they will also immediately be notified of the suspected injury so that care can be fast-tracked and get recovery off to the best possible start. As mentioned, this tool is 100% free to use, and you can do unlimited baselines and post-injury screens using this tool. If you want to find out more information or look at implementing this in your school, sports organization, or clinic, please scan this QR code and learn more about this system and book a demo.